where hopefully all of you are probably inside of a house right now, chilling out and just watching the world implode on itself for whatever reason. So in this episode, like I said, all I'm doing is I've recorded all this before. I'm just going back over and doing the commentary on it because it was just easier that way, seeing as how, dads, dad life, stuff like that, and other things going on. That and I don't really have a way to record while I play right now with my setup, because my computer's in one part of my house and then my Nintendo and all that's in a different part. So anyway, hopefully you guys are not panicking too crazily, because this shit's getting out of hand. But let's get back to the game. So we're in the part of the game. This is where you can get the Sword of Kings. We got to get through this part first before we get to the like the spaceship. It's the Starmen's. It's like their base pretty much. The Sword of Kings is 1 out of 128 drop chance. So, but you have to beat a Starman Deluxe to get it. Enemies in this part of the game are super ridiculously hard, and I would recommend making sure that you are stocked up on like Psy caramels or something that'll replenish your Psy ability, because you're probably going to be using a lot of it, mostly because it comes into effect as far as it comes into play as far as making sure that your party is all healed up at all times, because any one of your party members goes down in this part of in this dungeon and it's all over with, especially if you were trying to grind out to get the Sword of Kings, which I have. I tried and tried and tried. That's why this video is going to have bits and pieces of it coming. It's going to be like kind of choppy like the last one was, just because I cut parts out. Mainly I cut the part with where I was trying to get the Sword of Kings out. For the love of God, don't do that. Don't get caught with your back turned, because like I said, these enemies will mess you up. It is awful. Man, what else is there though? Magical healing items for sure. Excuse me. Food. Make sure you're stocked up on food, and make sure your party is equipped with, like, best armor, best weapons, minus Pooh or Kato in this case, since he can only have everything that he has is, he can only have one type of armor, in which, like the Bracer of Kings, that's the only thing he can use. The Sword of Kings is the only weapon he can have, so on and so forth as far as his protection goes. Everyone else, you go to the stores, or you go to the stores or whatever you got to do to get your party equipped to fight. Like I said, the enemy I just fought, the atomic robot, those will explode upon defeat. So the faster you scroll through everything to get the faster you scroll through the text, the less HP you will lose. I don't know, I'm not really sure if I ever explained that. So in case you didn't know, since this game is what they call, I believe, a JRPG. So it's a screen with the enemy on it. This is kind of the way I'm understanding it, because I don't think I've ever seen any other game like this. Final Fantasy, you see your characters on screen throwing attacks. In this case, it's not anything like that. It is all you see is the enemy, and Uh, but anyway, so oh Lord, I hate when I lose my train of thought. I'm sorry. I'll oh goodness. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. The text. That's goodness. Like I'm sorry. I'll go into what I was thinking about. I've just been like frazzled. Um, but yeah, the faster you scroll through the text, and because I think it's like the trees will explode. There's a couple of enemies, they will just explode, and usually it's life threatening. So you want to get through the text as fast as possible, especially with some of your party. If they're low on health, you really don't want to be dealing with that. Especially if it's party members that you need, which, in this case, you need all four of your party members, but you only have four. So it's not like Final Fantasy 3 on the SNES where you've got like a billion party members to pick from. I say a billion. I think it's like 12. I think at the end of the game, you have 4 groups of 3 by the time you get to the end of the game. Well, okay, so I did that based solely on the fact of there's 12 characters, and I think you have to have like 3 to 4 groups to finish the last part of the game, because you have to have certain groups to get through the last part of the dungeon. So oh, all right. So, anywho, and anyways, what I was thinking about was, so earlier today, and this is completely off topic. This really has nothing to do with the game. Oh, also, sorry, before I get to this story, if you can, while your party is blinking, if there's enemies on the screen, you can. It's kind of like, it's not really a glitch. Well, yeah, I'd say it's a glitch. It's more like a pro tip. You can catch the enemies with their back turned like that, and you can get the green screen, which will give your party, obviously the advantage because you get the opening attack. So just keep that in mind, especially in this area. I would think that this area would be the best time to do it, especially if you are grinding for the Sword of Kings. You always want to get the one up on your opponent, especially if it's a Starman Deluxe. So, anywho, so I went to Walmart this morning, and obviously with everything going on, it's just crazy. It is crazy out there. I was listening to the radio. They were talking about a lot of them. They were talking about like events being canceled. I know the Comic-Con in my area was canceled yesterday. They went ahead and just canceled it. March Madness got canceled, which is kind of sad because I actually do like to watch this portion of college basketball, but they canceled it. The Big 12 tournament in Kansas City has been canceled. Somebody was saying that the city lost like $10 million on that deal. Because you have people that are coming in from out of town. Hotels are banking on fans coming in, staying at their hotel for the game, staying for the tournament, buying goods and shopping, that kind of thing. I mean, it pumps money into the city. Whenever you have like these tournaments and things, you get people from out of town. So we had like, you get like fans from Iowa, or yeah, I'm sure we probably get some fans from Texas and Oklahoma, and so. But now with that gone, college season's over. Basketball, NBA is postponed. NHL's postponed, and NHL's getting ready to start I believe they ought to be getting close to starting the Stanley Cup playoffs. So, it's crazy out there right now. It's just. But like when I was in Walmart, I walked to the soap, just because I'm like, is it really just this intense right now? So I walked over to the hand soap, and sure enough, all the hand soap is gone. And I'm like, what the hell? Hand soap's gone. Toilet paper, I shit you not, was gone. And pun intended there, and there's a joke there, I'm sure. No. But it was just pandemonium. Well, I say pandemonium. It's not pandemonium. I walked down the soup aisle. I needed something because I wanted to cook more a little this weekend because I'm trying to get back on track. I did my yoga this week, and I have not done yoga in a while, and I can definitely tell I've been doing yoga because I feel like my back is just like ready to just pop from the top of the spine all the way down, and I can't wait for that to happen because I'm sure it's going to feel amazing. So meal prep. We're going back to meal prepping. I'm trying to get healthy again. It's just goodness. I'm just trying to take a step back from everything and try to get my life in order again. Just because of the chaos. not the thing with the virus, but just my life in general. But some of you guys out there, if you could make sure that pro tip of life, wash your hands for the love of God. That's like the first rule of anything. I can't stand it when people, I don't know. I couldn't touch my ding-a-ling and not wash my hands. I just couldn't. It's just weird to me, but sorry, I'm like sitting here and I'm enjoying a beer because goodness. But there's people at my job that, I kid you not, they go take a dump and then they get out of the stall and just walk out of the bathroom. Like, dude, that's disgusting. It's like, do you know how close your hand was to your butthole? Like, I can't. I have to scrub my hands after I take a deuce. Alright, but anywho, so let's get back to this game. So you have to go through. Wow, that was supremely lucky. You have to go through this little corridor maze to get to the ship's bridge, I believe is what they call it, but it's the Starmen base, and you got to get through this part just to get to the. I'm sorry. You got to get through this small part first, which you saw. There's a ton of enemies, and I'm literally about to get all of my party killed. But if you don't this part is super hard, so you got to get through it, and then you get to the base, and it's just worse because the Starman Deluxe can mess you up if you're not prepared. I also believe, if I remember right, see, and this is the problem I have with trying to just, trying to doing I recorded gameplay and I remembered it then, and then it's I've been doing so much other stuff since then that I forgot. If I remember right, I think it's the Starman Deluxe. You have to use, I believe you got to use the physical attack. If you use a magic attack, they have a reflection on it, and it will, reflect back and kill you. Especially if you use a high-powered psi attack, it will destroy you and your entire world. So, that being said, make sure that you do not use the psi attack. It would just not be a good idea. Good lord. This thing, I'm sorry. So, it keeps getting off as far as like the sound, because I'm listening to it in my headphones right now, while I'm doing this recordings, just so I can hear it. I don't know why. I have to be listening to something. I always have to have background noise on. If I don't have background noise on, things just make me feel weird. Okay, yeah. Do not use psi attacks. I think I got in there thinking I couldn't use a physical attack. I had to use psi attacks. And then I realized, like, oh no. Oh no. It's like crap. Like, I just got my entire, like, I pretty much just got all my party killed at this point. But like I said, we're about ready to skip ahead because I did a lot of grinding. I went through this part of the dungeon so many times and grinded for like an hour just trying to get that damn sword. You're much stronger than our intelligence indicated. We are not prepared for that eventual. Oh crap. I can't read that fast. That's sad. And yeah. So, anywho. This is the Starman Deluxe. Well, what's the other Starman? The other Starman is something. He is not Starman Deluxe. Or is this just the super duper Starman Deluxe? Oh lord. What have I done? Have I been calling the gold Starman Deluxe? Are they not Starman Deluxe? They have to be. They have to be Starman Deluxe. Are they Starman Deluxe? I mean, are they? Are they Starman Deluxe? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Anyways, so I killed that guy. I killed him dead. And got all of my friends back. So I got that going for me. And I was scared, but I knew I'd be saved if I courageously just sat there long enough. Kidnapped, happy, rescued, I give you ribbon. Good old Saturns, just giving away ribbons and stuff. Good lord. I gave Benny so many bottle rockets just because I knew I would need them. Like, I figured fights would take longer if I didn't have them. And so I was like, I was kidnapped while milking a cow on the farm. I didn't think they'd get a ransom by kidnapping a fool like me or something. I don't know what that dude said. Benny, buddy, oh me, oh my. You came to rescue me, pal. Oh, Daryl, I'm Tony. I'm Benny's best friend. I've known him for the longest time. Alright, so there's like this is the happiest day of my life. No matter what happens, live 1,000 years, thanks. Alright, great, grand, wonderful. Alright, there's Dr. Andona. Since our imprisonment is now over, I want to start on the phases store as soon as possible. Oh, I almost forgot to thank you. Thank you. Don't worry about us. You've got important things to do. Alright, so Dr. Andonuts is going to make us the phase distorter. And the phase distorter is how well, I don't want to spoil it. Oh, we need the book on overcoming shyness so we can give it to these little the Tenda tribe. And the Tenda tribe overcomes shyness, and they talk, and they give us copy, and we trip out, and just a grand old time. I don't want to really give any spoilers about what the phase distorter does, because, like, yeah. Like, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I don't want to give it away. I mean, everybody who's watching this probably played this game at least once, I'm hoping. Well, I know a few of you haven't, but anywho, so my plans for games after this, truth be told, I'm kind of like, I'm almost outdone. That's not the word I'm looking for. I'm almost just kind of over adventure games for the time being. And I think I would like to do some kind of just one-off, like a couple episodes of this, a couple episodes of that, just something different. Mostly because, like I said, it's just, I didn't think this game was going to take me this long to complete, but I also didn't think that my life was just going to get completely batshit crazy, last year and at the end of the year previous, So, I'm not mad about it by all means, but like I said, it just, things happen, and I'm trying to find my motivation again. It's hard to find the motivation, but I'm trying to find the motivation. I think I found my motivation. Mostly because, right now my son is walking, and I am super worried that if I don't get back in shape, that kid's going to run all over me, and I'm just going to sit back and take it, essentially. It's like, well, sorry that your old man is lazy. I don't want to be that dad. I don't want to be a lazy dad. So, yeah, we'll, like I said, we'll get back into it. I got some games I definitely want to play. Some games I got on the Switch. I think I got my Switch for Christmas, and the first game I got was Zelda, Link's Awakening, the remake, which is a lot of fun. I may play it on here. I know I spent like the last part of that game kind of being pissed because I never played it before. I'm such a huge Legend of Zelda fan that I had to. My brother had that game on the Game Boy when it came out, but I never played it because I just didn't understand Zelda at the time. And so, with that being said, the new, I played it and I got through like the first 3/4 of the game without issue, and then the last half it was just like, because everything just makes sense after a while. It's like everything just clicks. Like, you got to go back to this point because the island's so small that you just kind of remember where you got to go or where you need to be. Like, you have a tendency you'll be like, I need this item, and then you're like, I ran across a person that was actually looking for this item earlier. So then you gotta go talk to them and give them the item or do whatever you gotta do. Like the trading game is kind of a big deal in Link's Awakening. Same thing with every other game. Good Lord. How come I did not figure out that I could do the how did I not figure out, dude? Oh my god. I'm such a dummy because I always forget that I can do the one where you just run in a circle. And it's so funny because it's like every time I'm like, it's like, let's just use teleport A. And Kato can use teleport Omega, I think. I'm pretty sure it's Omega. Because Omega is the one that, Omega is the last one. And I think it goes Alpha, Beta, Omega. And Kato can use Omega. So, why I didn't use Omega to teleport? Who knows? It's just a lapse in judgment, really. So anyways, we need to go to the library, and we need to, we need to get we need the book on overcoming shyness, which will be at the library, and then we gotta go to the Tenda tribe, and that's like it. Well, it's not really it. We got more stuff to do, but yeah. Psst, whisper. Psst, psst, psst. Shh, what if someone over here is right? Whisper. Psst, psst. Wahaha, you jerk, because he. Who the hell knows what those people were talking about? The drugstore is to the east. East is the opposite of west. What sort of compass are you reading, Patrick? Good lord. I always forget where the library is. I always think it's like out. I always think it's out to the east, and it's to the north. It's like right when you walk into town. I never understood the freaking kid wearing the Jason hockey mask. It's like, what do you do? And then this guy. I think it's like if you go knock on the door, he's like, oh, take it a deuce. No, I'm kidding. He doesn't do that. It'd be funny if he did. If he was like, I'm trying to poop. Good lord. I hate this. I do that every time. It's like if I go downstairs, I'm like immediately ready to walk the way I need to go, and then I realize that that's the way it'll send me back up the stairs, and it's like, son of a gun. Our convenient society. The society demands that there always be ATMs in hotels and drugstores. Just knowing that is convenient. I'm glad I read the book. It's stuff I don't know. I'll check whether or not there's an ATM around near me. Sweet. There are books other than Overcoming Shyness. I read the book called Our Society is Convenient. It said that these days there are always telephones in hotels and drugstores. While the black phones are free, if you weren't aware of this, all your money could get eaten up by phone calls. I mean, there are books other than Overcoming Shyness. There are books other than Overcoming Shyness. It's so funny that they say, like, you could eat your money up by, you could eat up your money by making phone calls, because I'm like, you found the book on Overcoming Shyness. Mostly because, like, I don't know, by about midway through the game, other than buying level up items and food, I have like an overabundance of money. And that's because, like, I just go on this huge grinding spree, and, you know, I just start racking up money. Just monies for everybody's. But then, all right. So now we're about ready to. We need to go back to the Tenda tribe, which we have to go. Oh, I forgot what the name of that area is. Here, we're about to find out. Let's use Teleport Alpha and the Tenda village. Donk. Why didn't I use Omega? Goodness. Like, it's seriously like you thought this was the first time I ever played this game before. Good night. The funny thing is, because at the end of the last episode, if I remember right, I used Omega after I realized I couldn't use Alpha, and I'm sitting here just using Alpha. Either that or my logical process of thinking, what? Okay. Look at the little bugs running away from me. You better run. I'll stomp the shit out of you. My process of thinking here was probably that the less magic I use, the better off I'm gonna be, because that's kind of a thing. God, I love this. Oh, I love the soundtrack. I love it. The soundtrack is so good. But I said that like a million times throughout this playthrough. I know I did. I haven't played a game. I kid you not. I don't think I've ever really played a game where I just freaking hated the soundtrack. Where I was like, oh man, this game is great, but damn it, the soundtrack is just terrible. I don't think it's ever happened before. It'd be crazy if it did, though. Like, I'm waiting on the day where it's like, oh man, this game is great. Good lord. Guys, I'm just going to waste your time by not using Teleport Omega. Like, let's walk all the way through the game before I use Teleport Omega. I mean, let's just do it. Bet y'all won't do it here. Told you. Oh my god. Dude, amateur hour over here. And by that I mean me just having a brain lapse here. Oh. Do 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 do. Oh my goodness. Do you guys want to see this game again? Butterfly made Daryl and his friends relax. I'm really glad I named my character Daryl. Yeah, that's right. You better run, you blue bitch. God, I will stomp a muddle in you and walk it dry. I love beer. Alright, let's see if I can get it to work this time. Probably not. Donk. Okay. I bet you... Okay. You can't use it in here, so I'm going... Yeah, see, you can't teleport here, which is dumb. Alright, well... guys, I'm just going to continue to not use Teleport Omega. And you're going to have to deal with it. You're just going to have to sit here and watch me just walk along... Not use Teleport Omega. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. At this point, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, let's see if this works. I bet you it works this time. Ho ho, look at that. I did it. It's funny to it's almost funnier for me to sit here and watch my own gameplay and be like, what the hell was I thinking? You know? In the words of AVGN, what was I thinking? Well, it's what were they thinking, but in this case, it's what was I thinking? Not like that. He sounds way better when he says it. Speaking of, you haven't seen the new AVGN, watch that because it's hilarious. It's over the Mortal Kombat ports, like the first Mortal Kombat. But oh my gosh, I remember. Oh, just holding this book in my hands makes me feel like I'm overcoming my shyness already. I'll really take time to read it. The leader of the Tenda tribe read Overcoming Shyness to everybody. Oh, story time. Yeah. Like, I remember playing the first Mortal Kombat when I was a kid, and it was like, oh, this is great. Chat, chat, whisper, whisper. I'd like to give you some Tenderkraut in return. Tenderkraut is gross. It stinks, but it tastes wonderful. I doubt that. There's nothing worse than food that stinks. Kato got Tenderkraut. I have a feeling it's like, you know, it's like sauerkraut. Oh, Lord. Fuzzy Pickles Man. Pictures taken instantaneously. I'm a photographic genius if I do say so myself. Say Fuzzy Pickles. I love how there's nobody else in the photo. It'll just be a photo of Ness. Because, well, never mind. Spoilers that I just don't want to get into because, like, we're so close to the end of the game. I have a question for you, Dylan. Dylan, are you sure this is the correct player's name? If it's not, you can change it. So if you want, you can go through and change the name, but there's meh. Are you sure that's what you want? Are you happy with this name? What do you want to be called? Frankenstein. Could you imagine if I would have called my character Frankenstein? Good Lord. Every time I see the word magic tart, I think it says magic fart, and I'm like, what? Like, that's silly. Oh, man. Let's equip some body armor here. Oh, I don't have any new body armor. What am I equipping then? What am I doing? Oh, the Saturn ribbon. Yeah, the Saturn ribbon is good for Paula. I'm trying to think of what the Saturn ribbon does. Let's look that dude up real quick. Saturn ribbon. Oh. I typed in Saturn ribbon and it gave me satin ribbon. There we go. Alright, so guys, get ready for another cool, really cool trip. Alright, so miscellaneous equipment that can only be used by Paula. When equipped, luck is increased, same as the one that Mr. Saturn has on his head. Alright, great. Like a great tapestry, horizontal threads have met and become intertwined, creating a huge, beautiful image. You may have cursed this never-ending journey. You may have known injury and defeat, and you may have struggled to reach this place. But you have struggled on. I was like, wait, what? You are in, oh wow, what? You have believed in your friends, and as a group, you have supported each other. Have you ever stopped to consider how much your power has grown? Now you could fell enemies in Onnit and Tucson with one blow. As you certainly know, you cannot turn back. Gygas, the archfiend of the universe, is growing frightened of you and your power. He is searching for ways to end your journey. From here, the challenge grows, and your adventure will take you beyond anything you ever imagined. You are drawing near to Gygas. Remember, when you are suffering hardships, your enemy is also struggling. By the way, do you know where Pokey went? When this cup of tea is finished, your adventure will continue. Your destiny pulls you in the right direction. Believe in yourself and press forward. Listen, I'd know where Pokey went had I kneecapped him at the beginning of the game with my baseball bat. Just saying. It's like, haha, your bitch has to be in the hospital because I messed you up, fool. Daryl, Paula, Benny, Kato. I wish you luck. I really tried to give it like a super nice, like a voiceover, and then I screwed up trying to read, which is sad. But what are you gonna do? I mean, I guess I should probably, like, I don't know, learn how to read. That would be the best thing. So, anywho, I think it's funny. Do you know where Pokey went? It's like, no. Powerful, I so show you. Hup, I got it, bam. Trying to think of where this takes me back to. So we gotta talk to this rock. Rocks don't talk too much. We gotta go to the Lost Underworld. So we have, I think, one more dungeon to get through. We have one more dungeon to get through, and then we're close to being done. So next time, guys, we'll be further along. Like I said, we're almost done. I'd say like 1 to 2 more episodes. So anyways, later.